What's up, guys? Mindless again. Back with another video, sharing a couple more pieces out of my collection. And right now, these are like two of my most favorite knives, period, right now. That could change, but honestly, I'm so stoked to have these in my collections. I thought I'd take a second today and share. What we're looking at is two examples of a collaboration between Gerry McGinnis and Lee Williams. And these were introduced about, I'd say, a year ago at Blade Show 2014, and they're called the Notorious. And what makes them so amazing, other than their McGinnis knives, which are all amazing, but these are actually Kickstops, the flipping mechanism created by Lee Williams. And I've done other videos showing this flipping technology, but on these particular blades, it just works so well. So we have two examples of Gerry's work, and these were a very limited run. I believe there were 10 pieces total, and we're looking at number 2 and number 5 of the 10. I got this one first from a fellow collector on a trade, and I kind of fell in love with it, and the second one became available shortly afterwards, and I had to jump on it just because they are such great knives. The action is unbelievable, and if you watched past videos of mine, you know that I think the Kickstop technology in general is just phenomenal. I think it is probably the best way to create a flipper or make a flipper, period. So looking at real quick here is these knives are identical in size, just different materials. What you're looking at is a 4-inch blade. It runs tip to here is about exactly 4 inches, and the overall length is 9 inches, so by no means a small knife, but absolutely beautiful. This one's done in a gorgeous dami with a Damascus clip. Both are done with carbon fiber show side scales. This one with just a line of holes, and this one with the famous MOA hole pattern, I think made famous by the great Tom Mayo. The cool part is both knives are engraved on the inner scale as the 10th anniversary, the year, and then the number, you know, which one of the 10 these are. And this knife was created to, you know, celebrate the 10-year anniversary as Gerry McGinnis as a knife maker. And you know, this is a young guy. If you don't know too much about Gerry, it's quite an amazing story. He started a while ago, back I think it was 2004 or 5, as a really young guy, like a teenager, and quickly his designs became very popular. And I believe even before he was in college, he had a collaboration with CRKT to make a production version of one of his customs. Let's look at the knives real quick, and then we'll go up from there. So this is the first one I got. This is number 2. I think we can see it in the scale there. You can see Blade 2014 10th anniversary 002. This is done in a hand rub satin Kickstop technology, beautifully done on the blades. I mean, just a perfect hand rub, no hooks, perfectly straight. Just a gorgeous piece. The cutting edge is gorgeous. There's a slight swedge right on the top to kind of give it a little, to break up the profile and make it look a little more aggressive. Does have a thumb hole, and you can't open it that way. There's the carbon fiber on the show side. Beautifully done. Very nice choice for carbon fiber. And on this side, it's just plain tie with a really heavy orange peel. There you can see Lee Williams' famous lock bar cutout technique, where it's just kind of finned. But the action, you guys, it's just amazing. It flips so hard. Great knife. The cool part about this one, and both actually, is the Kickstop flipper tab has jimping on it, and when it opens, that Kickstop tab becomes the lock pin, so it's holding the blade in place, but the jimping continues all the way across, so it appears as though it's one piece. No finger guard since the tab is up here, so it makes for a very sleek design. It is a gentleman's carry, very lightweight with the carbon fiber scale. This is exactly the same piece, but done in a Damascus blade. Gorgeous piece, blackout Damascus, carbon fiber, the same carbon fiber. And then on this one, it just says 10th anniversary number 5. And I think it says, you'll see McGinnis's name, if we can focus here, right on the top right there. I don't know if you guys can catch that. But exactly the same technology, exactly the same grind. Beautiful. You can see that Damascus through those holes. Same Kickstop technology. Gorgeous. It is kind of a textured dammy. You can feel the etching in there. So it is smooth, but not as smooth as the hand rub satin piece. And these are pretty rare. I mean, McGinnis's knives are hugely popular, so I figured I'll show you the rarest 2 that I have to stick with the trend on my channel of showing you pretty rare knives. This one is just gorgeous with the MOA patterns, and you see that satin kind of peeking through. And again, the action on this one is just gorgeous. McGinnis uses washers, not bearings. Internal stop pin, just great technology. And he learned all this from great makers. His first kind of mentor was Alan Foltz, who's a very seasoned knife maker. And I think Alan showed him, as the story goes, how to make a liner lock. And that kind of converted McGinnis from making fixed hunting blades into folding knives. And then a couple years later, he kind of linked up with Lee Williams and Matt Cucciara, 2 great makers, and they were the ones that kind of educated him on mastering the flipping action, how to do internal stop pins, all that good stuff. I mean, basically how to dial in the detents. I mean, look at these, are just perfect examples, dead center. And this guy is a college kid. I think he's graduated at the time of this video. It's summer 2015, and now he is a full-time knife maker. But while he was in high school and college, he was making knives that were up there with the best available in the market. And he's out of North Carolina. I know he went to NC State as a business major, and I think the entire time he was doing that, he was, making knives. Super, super active outdoorsman, so the need for knives came from a desire to make his own pieces for himself, and quickly his design language caught on. You could tell he's got a very, very organic design. If you look at the knife, there are no straight lines anywhere on the piece, and I think that's what kind of quickly separated him from the rest of the pack. In the tactical folding space, it's very common to have very straight edges to kind of give it that hard look, but this is so organic looking, and I don't like to use that word often, but that is probably the best description for McGinnis knives, is just absolutely organic. Even the curve on the back, fully contoured scales, just beautiful pieces. And honestly, some people love McGinnis knives, some people do not. It has a very, if you looked at it and you weren't too into knives, you wouldn't think this is a tactical folder, but it is, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and the build quality is unquestionably up there with the best of them. McGinnis, even as a teenager, quickly was gathering accolades. He was in Blade magazine. He was winning awards at knife shows. He's been in Blade like a few times that I've seen, kind of as a maker to watch. But the reality is he's already blown through, and now these knives are commanding extremely high prices. And these 2 examples of the Notorious knife or model are extremely, extremely desirable. Within an hour of posting these on Instagram, I had multiple offers and DM to me. And the only way I was able to get these 2 is through other collectors who are willing to trade into another knife that they were looking for. And, I'm so honored, I'm so lucky that they were willing to even part with these 2 pieces. To me, these are absolutely 2 of the most collectible McGinnis's out there. I have a few other models, but these 2 represent the rarest of the McGinnis knives that I have. So the Kickstop again really is what I think separates these from any other McGinnis pieces. In commemorating his 10th anniversary, Lee Williams agreed to collaborate on 10 pieces, and I think the Kickstop lends itself great to these. I mean, the flipping action is just ridiculous. It seems like a very light knife, but the way it flips as though the blade weighs a lot more than it actually does. So it's a very comfortable, very, very sleek design. And that Kickstop again, it's right here, just makes it for a badass flipper, you guys. It just flips so hard. It's crazy that because this one is etched a little bit, you can actually feel it. It's a little bit of a tighter on the pivot, which is normal when you have like a satin rub blade or mirror polish blade. They usually are a little bit smoother. Not saying that this isn't smooth, it's absolutely smooth, but comparing the two, which is something that you don't get to do often with such rare pieces, such limited pieces. The satin rub handle, the satin rub blade knife, this piece, number 2, is considerably smoother. So just two gorgeous, gorgeous knives I wanted to share with you guys today. I believe when he brought the first knives of the 10 out, there were only about 3 or 4, and he brought them to Blade last year, and then the remaining 10 were built out through the year. Forgive that cut, believe it or not, that's a paper cut. Of all the things that cut me, it was paper, not a knife. So anyway, but I honestly, when I reach for a McGinnis to carry, I find myself going to the Notorious over and over. I mean, the action is just amazing. I flip this thing so often, and pay attention again, guys. These are on washers. You do not need to have bearings to have smooth action. I mean, this knife falls on its own weight and flips as hard as any piece that's on bearings. So if the maker's good and they know what they're doing, they can make washers behave just as smoothly as bearings. We'll take a look at the lockup on this piece. Perfect, absolutely perfect. I'd say it's right around 30%. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Carbon fiber backspacer. Look at the Damascus piece again. Absolutely beautiful patterning. Blackout. I oiled it, so there's a little bit of oil on there, but I wanted to show the pattern, and the oil is the best way to do that. You can see it is literally black. It's not a gray and silver, it's a black and white. Gorgeous carbon fiber. Beautiful. Just a beautiful piece, and that clip is just amazing. Super easy in and out of the pocket. But again, we go back to the Kickstop. Just perfect, perfect piece. Absolutely beautiful. And this is a piece that, honestly, if another Notorious became available to me, I probably would grab it. The collector in me is just enjoying grabbing as many of the 10 as possible, and they're all different. Each one is very, very different. So if you ever see one or have an opportunity to handle one, it's a very amazing knife, and the Kickstop on this knife feels different than any other Kickstop knife I have. I have a feeling it has something to do with how light the handle is, but it's a deceptively large knife. Being 9 inches overall, I don't know why, but it seems smaller, but when you hold it, you realize how large it is. And when it flips, because it flips so hard, there is a little bit of a recoil, and it is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. The organic design is absolutely beautiful. And this is, to me, my favorite McGinnis knife. I thought I'd share it with you and let you see 2 examples of a very rare collaboration piece between McGinnis and Lee Williams. So this is North Carolina's finest, kind of working with Texas's finest to come up with an absolutely stunning, stunning piece. These knives are dope, guys. Honestly, sick. I'm stoked to have them in my collection, and I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day today to check out my video and take a moment to appreciate McGinnis's work and Lee's work. Amazing. Truly amazing, guys. Just a great overall piece. Beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, if you guys have any questions at all about these knives or any other pieces, any other videos that I've done, please let me know. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. We'll have it up soon. I'll be at G7, the gathering, in about a couple weeks, so there might be a weekend without a video, but I'm going to try to shoot some footage while I'm in Vegas so you guys can kind of get a feel for what G7 is all about. But again, thanks for stopping in. Please comment below, throw me a like if you dig the video, and see you on the next one. Take it easy, fellas.